One of the greatest things that you could possibly ever do is to teach your children to love the church. To love it. Don't even try to separate Christ from His bride. Now, we're to serve Christ and love Christ. And one of the ways we do it is by loving the church. The local church. The real church with people that annoy you. The real church where people... I love C.S. Lewis. He tells a story when he was sort of a skeptic, and he'd go to church, and he'd say, these people don't even sing good, and they get music better all over the place, and why would anybody come here? And then he becomes a believer. And he's like, this is beautiful. I've never heard anything more beautiful. It's not about the ability to sing from a technical standpoint. It's about it's so obvious that these people are singing because they can't help but to sing. You see it? Dads, love the church. Not the fantasy idealized church you make up in your imagination. Oh, we'll love the church, but those people, they don't do that for me over here, so I'm over here. And yeah, but they don't do that. That's more harm than if you don't go. You teach them that you stand above it all. And you don't humble yourself for anything. You're the critic who comes in and says, well, that's not good enough over here. That's not good enough over here. That's not good enough over here. That's not loving the church. That's loving you. One of the best things that you can have is to love the people in the church it's difficult for you to love. To be around people that you wouldn't be around if it weren't for Jesus. But Jesus is here, so here we are, brother and sister. When we call one another that, it's not a throwaway line. I got people in my bloodline family. They hard to be around. But they're my family. Love the church. But these dads up here singing with their kids. You have no idea the influence that has. So, the church of your imagination that's idealized and has all the things you want doesn't exist. That's the church Satan wants you to focus on. Jesus says, the real church, give your life to it in my name. It's my bride. Even that church of Corinth that is so messed up. He talks about the saints of God in Corinth. There was a remnant there. It was still His church. The idea this is supposed to be easy. Other people are supposed to spoon feed me. You know, it's easy to be a critic.